Our food waste machine, so we know how it works from a consumer point of view. People bring along their food waste, put it into the machine, but can you fill me in a little bit more about the background? What happens behind the scenes in the machine?
Yeah, so basically this is a CX5 digester built by ourselves, Harper Renewables. We're based in Kensington, County Meath. This machine is able to process 5,000 litres of food waste per week. And quite simply, basically, it's an accelerated form of processing food waste. Very like compost, but obviously we have the ability to control all the conditions like aeration, rotation, airflow, and then heat. And simply, the machine is fed. In this instance here in Navan Recycling Centre, it's fed by the bin tipper, which feeds the food waste into the first chamber. And then it gradually then works its way down to the chamber while it's breaking down to the output side of the machine, where it outputs the dry, stable end product, which is very much like compost. A little bit different than compost in the fact that it has huge value in terms of nutrients, in terms of carbon, organic carbon, and organic matter. And the whole idea of having it here basically is that by source segregating your food waste at home, we're getting a much cleaner product. We're not getting cross-contamination with plastic, metal, glass, and tin cans and things like that there. So that makes it a much cleaner process and a much cleaner end material that obviously has huge value and potential as to be reused back into the soil.
Okay, so it's going to be a soil enhancer, so it's a real closed loop
Exactly,
system.
yeah. It's very much a very kind of, the big word at the minute is circular economy and this whole closed loop effect. And that's exactly what we're doing here. So the food waste now, we know that by going through this machine and processing it correctly, that it's going to end up in the right stream, as in going back into the soil or being reused as a soil enhancer or a soil amendment of some sort.
Okay, and from a climate perspective, and say get dangerous gases and all that, how does that work and what are the benefits?
Yeah, so we have a very special enzyme that's put into the machine at the start of the process. That enzyme is actually able to mitigate those emissions in terms of forcing the pH down, which obviously controls the release of ammonia. So like we're standing beside a fully functioning machine, there's no odour. We have no issue with odour because we're controlling ammonia. So ammonia is obviously is one of the greenhouse gas emissions. And we know from a lot of the data that we're building up within HARP that we're actually capturing an awful lot of the CO2 in the form of carbon. So our organic carbon fraction in our end material would be very high, and that's a great story as well for any business or any customer basically that wants to sequester carbon and get it back into the soil in terms of being part of that whole carbon circle as well.
Yeah. Okay. So there's great benefits, and there's great benefits to households from using it. I presume for businesses, anybody in the food business, it's an ideal solution.
Yeah, we've a lot of customers in the hospitality sector. We have a lot of customers now in the corporate world, all interested in it, from residentials, hospitals, the prison service, all this kind of stuff. So it has huge application. Anywhere basically food waste is produced, we have a solution to be able to deal with their problem.
In varying sizes.
Exactly, yeah.
And you make these in County Meath?
That's right, we make these, they're fully manufactured, designed by ourselves in Kensington, County Meath, yeah.